Imagine a group of people tasked with designing a brand new society from scratch, deciding its rules and structures. However, they must do so without knowing their own future position in that society, whether they will be rich or poor, talented or not, healthy or sick. How would they choose to distribute benefits and burdens fairly? John Rawls, a highly influential political philosopher, defines fair shares in justice through his theory of justice as fairness, centered on two primary principles. He argues that a just society is one structured by principles that free and rational individuals would unanimously agree upon if they were unaware of their own personal circumstances and social status. The core mechanism behind Rawls's concept of fair shares is the original position, coupled with the veil of ignorance. In this hypothetical thought experiment, individuals are behind a metaphorical veil that temporarily blinds them to their specific attributes, such as their race, gender, social class, natural abilities, and even their conception of the good life. This ensures that their choices are impartial and not biased by self-interest specific to their own future. From this perspective, Rawls argues, rational individuals would choose two fundamental principles to govern society. The first principle chosen would be the liberty principle, ensuring that each person has an equal right to the most extensive scheme of equal basic liberties compatible with a similar scheme of liberties for others. This includes fundamental political rights, freedom of speech, and the right to hold property. The second principle, often called the difference principle, dictates that social and economic inequalities are permissible only if two conditions are met. First, they must be attached to offices and positions open to all under conditions of fair equality of opportunity. And second, they must be to the greatest benefit of the least advantaged members of society. This means that any disparities in wealth or income are only just if they somehow improve the lot of those at the bottom of the social ladder. To understand the practical implications, consider how these principles interact. The liberty principle holds lexical priority over the difference principle, meaning basic liberties cannot be compromised for the sake of greater economic equality. For instance, a society cannot restrict political freedoms to achieve a slightly better distribution of wealth. This framework also considers primary goods, which are things like rights, liberties, income, wealth, and the social bases of self-respect that any rational person would want regardless of their life plan. Fair shares, then, refer to an equitable distribution of these primary goods, not necessarily an equal distribution. Ultimately, Rawls's vision of fair shares emphasizes that justice is not merely about maximizing overall societal good, as utilitarianism might suggest. Instead, it is about establishing a foundational structure of society that protects the fundamental rights of all individuals and systematically works to improve the conditions for the most vulnerable. By imagining ourselves behind that veil of ignorance, we can cultivate a deeper understanding of what it truly means to build a just and equitable society for everyone.